Alright guys, so I just tested the app and it crashed, and after some investigations I found out why. So one small thing that we should change before you guys actually do the test is to come to your file explorer and change it from Android mode to project mode. So when you do that, you'll notice that in your Dribble folder you have two. You have Dribble and you have Dribble v24, and by the way, you just have to navigate through all of these folders till you get to Dribble. So in fact, let me collapse everything and we can open it up. So we go to app first and then source, followed by main, res, and here we are. So Dribble and Dribble v24. Now inside Dribble v24 we have our resources, button bg, log icon, person icon. But in Dribble, they are not there. So they have to be in both. Either way, copy both of those and paste them. This is if it's not already there. See, for me, I put them manually. I pasted them manually into the folder, which isn't the best practice. The best way to do it. Now that I've copied, let me go back to Android. The best way to do it is to create them manually. So to go to Dribble and say new Dribble resource file for every resource. But I copied them directly to the folder, which is why it would have brought that error. Okay, now that I've fixed that, let me do one more thing. Register activity. Let's go to our if statement, this one, if password.equals confirm password. So this was making sure that the password they put is the same as the confirmation password that they put. But we only check if it happens. We did not put an else clause. So let me go ahead and do that. And again, as a placeholder, I'm just going to copy this toast and throw it here, and then change the message to say those passwords do not match. Alright, that's it. And now I'm going to run it. And here we go. So here's the app running and it's looking quite good, I must say. Take note that it opened and it immediately went to the login page, which means our checking auth state code worked. It kicked us out of the main activity and took us immediately to the login activity because we weren't logged in. So that's good. Next, let's click on create account to see what happens. So it takes us to the sign up page. Again, that's working well. And now we can create an account. So I won't bother putting us an actual username. And for the email, let's put something there. There we go. And then I'll put my password. And I'll put my confirm password. So to begin with, let me put something wrong. And it says those passwords do not match. Good, that's working properly. Now let me put the correct one. And I click sign up. And it takes me to the home page. Excellent. So I've logged in successfully to my app, which is wonderful. And let's go ahead and check the backend, the Firebase console itself. Here it is. And as you can see, will@gmail.com has been registered, so you can see it under our users. I also have this other one from an earlier test I had done that actually showed me that error. But yeah, it's working perfectly. We have our users registered under the identifier, and very importantly, we have this user UID. So user UID stands for user unique ID, and this alphanumeric code here is what will identify the users, is what will differentiate one user from another. So this is a unique code, let's call it. It's a unique identifier, and every user will have a different one, and it's what we're going to use to actually identify as the unique ID for each user. In any case, this has worked perfectly, at least for now, but let's go back to the app. So, a number of things that we need to work on. First, as you can see on the home page, or what we're calling the home page, it's actually the main activity. There is nothing to log us out, so there's no button or anything that can take us back to login, that can destroy our session and take us back to login activity. So that's one thing we need to fix. We need to add rather, not fix. Another thing, I wouldn't bother logging out to show this, but you may have noticed that when we registered, there was a bit of a lag before it actually took us to main activity, which makes sense. It has to access the internet and actually do the task of registering the person. But again, UX, user experience, has to be taken into account. Something has to be seen. You have to actually show the user that it's working. Same thing goes for the login activity, although we haven't even used that yet, but it will be the same case there. So that's another thing we'll work on. Also, for the error, all of them that we've created, such as this and this one that we did not test, a toast is fine, but again, we can do better than that. So all of these are things that we'll fix in the next video. This one was just to do the test and to make those small corrections, and it has worked. So this has been a success. Let's continue in the next video. Alright, so what I've done, just for the sake of testing, even though I haven't created the logout button, I've just uninstalled the app and installed it again so that it isn't logged in. So really quick, let me just put in that email address we used and that password, and I'm going to click sign in. Actually, before I do that, let me clear my password and hit sign in. Okay, very good. I'm getting my authentication, and also let me put the wrong password. So 111, and then a character. I hit sign in, and it says something went wrong. Very good. So it's running this code. In this if statement, it saw that the task was not successful, so it ran the else clause, and it gave me something went wrong, so that's good. And finally, let me put the correct password and sign in. And there we go. So we're in the home page. Very good. So we can confirm that the login works as well.